It's Sunday night, time to unwind and relax after a long week. I light a candle, I run a bubble bath, and I'm ready to let my troubles soak away. Or I would be if I wasn't pathologically unable to relax. So I'm doing something to give my brain a sweet, sweet dose of dopamine instead. And on this particular Sunday, that comes in the form of looking for old, discontinued, or rare Bath & Body Works products on Facebook Marketplace. I just open it up and search the term Bath & Body Works. I'll admit I'm not someone who's well versed in every scent and can easily spot retired stuff on name alone. I usually go by the shape of the bottle. And in some cases where the photos are just mwah, chef's kiss, I take my time eBay comping them by name. So no, you don't even need to be an expert in this field to find treasure if you're willing to do the work of plugging in names. Eventually you'll get a feel for what older bottles look like and which scents are not currently in production. If you really want to add some stat points in Bath & Body Works to your reseller build, you'll peruse the Bath & Body Works website for scents that are current. These are the ones that will be of little value to you as a reseller since there's nothing stopping a customer from getting it direct from the company when they have a stock-up sale. The real treasure lies in the stuff that they don't make anymore. After about 30 minutes of soak and scroll Sunday, I identified 4 listings of interest to me. This first one caught my eye because number 1, it's brand new, and you're always going to have an easier time moving something that's brand new, and it's going to be worth more brand new. And number 2, because it's part of the aromatherapy line. There are plenty of high-dollar pieces in the aromatherapy line, and I can't for the life of me remember which one those are, so I always look them up. And as a bonus, she has 2 boxes for sale. If something has been listed over a week or I'm interested in multiples, I'll almost always shoot them an offer. In this case, it backfired because sis left me on red. eBay comps around 50, which looks good, but when you consider the weight of this item plus the fees, I'd be under my 100% minimum ROI goal. While making this video, I was able to get ungated for Bath & Body Works, so technically I could also pursue Amazon where it sells for 70. Having been left on red though, I moved this sale to the back burner. Next one interested me because of the aromatherapy tubs. Brown ones are the older packaging, and I did mention earlier that I was after older stuff. Comps were okay on the strawberry, a little better on sleep, but the best was the stress relief. But when I messaged her, that one was already gone, and she lives almost an hour away, and we couldn't really make pickup times work because she wasn't able to do porch pickup for some reason, so I just let it go. That's okay because the next find was the one that excited me the most. Number 1, sealed pieces. Bath & Body Works products don't always come with a seal, even when they're brand new, but I don't know, I like selling them sealed because it's so uncommon to see. Started at the left, looked up the first piece, and done, I'm sold. I looked up the comps for the rest of them, and there were plenty of greats and some not so greats. I really only wanted 3, but I ended up buying 5 because if I'm going to make the trip, I'm likely to pick up some other pieces too, and she gave them to me for $4 a piece. The last one came despite not having Bath & Body Works in the title or description, but I immediately locked onto this. Estee Lauder Sensuous Nude, which I recognized because A, perfume is an area of expertise for me, and B, I have an identical one for sale but part of a gift set. I figured I could sell this for around $50, but with a buy cost of $25, there would have to be other money here to make it worth it. And my eyes also went to this piece here, which is an older Victoria's Secret lotion. I can tell by the shape of the bottle and the flower on the front that it's not the kind currently being sold. The color gives it away as Pear Glacé, so I looked it up, and yep, this lot is officially worth getting. First pickup went well, she left the items on her porch, I drove about 25 minutes to grab them, easy peasy. I don't usually have a lot of business in this town, but there was an old dirty grocery store I hadn't been to in probably a year, so I stopped in and found this little guy. Double dipping on pickups if you have to drive out of your way is something I highly recommend. Squeeze the most out of your trip. While at that grocery store, the mixed lot seller finally messaged me back and we got to scheduling. First oddity is she says she's in North R, even though her listing said North O. They're close enough, so it's not really a big deal, but it's weird that you don't know where you live. Does 7 o'clock work? She wants me to come earlier. I say I can't, but I could do literally any time tomorrow, and she decides that 7 o'clock is just fine. An hour before my trip, I let her know that I'm on my way. She changes the location to somewhere not particularly close to her original address, calling it a job site, but not much farther of a drive for me. I'm not familiar with the area she's sending me to, but I go anyway. I should not have done that. I get there, and this is a pretty sketchy neighborhood. There's a slow-driving police car keeping an eye on a large pit bull running around, and it eventually runs right inside the house I'm supposed to go to. The cop parks and waits outside, I'm sketched out, and I messaged her in hopes of getting clarification considering she messaged me I'm here. I wait 10 minutes, the cop is still there, she never messages back, and I bail. And as I do, I see animal control pulling up. I did pass a Rite Aid on my way here, so I stopped there and grabbed 2 clearance shampoos. When the clearance tag is white, it's usually an additional 75% off. I sold one not too long after purchase. Remember, you always gotta make the trips worth it. She finally replies at 8:41 that she had to leave and give her friend a jump, which I guess? But it doesn't excuse having someone drive almost an hour for nothing. And instead of simply ignoring her, the smart choice, I seek closure and knowing why I was sent to a sketchy neighborhood in the first place. Like, what if this was all some sort of poorly baited human trafficking plot and I'm just dumb enough to fall for it? If the police and the dog weren't a problem, I may have even knocked on the door. All I keep thinking of is the what ifs and the danger I put myself in, and I start to get really upset at this woman. All I get is acknowledgement that she gave me the wrong address. I think it's really freaking weird to not even pay attention to where you're sending someone, but that's Facebook Marketplace for you. She suggests meeting in a public place. Yeah, a little late on that one. That solves the less likely to be abducted problem, but not the I'm gonna say I'm here but I'm not really problem. So to that I said no. A day passes and my family and I are not far from her town sourcing at Walmart. The cosmos conspired to push her into reaching out to me. She's upping the ante with new, air quotes around new, and you'll see why, and lowering the price. At this point, I'm wondering if she's just an elaborate troll, but man, what an odd photo and vibe to be using as bait. I've heard of people being sent on wild goose chases and being led on with promises of rare video games that don't exist, but a poorly lit counter photo of half-used beauty products? My brain is screaming, don't do it, don't reply, you're just gonna get scammed again, but you can't mess up porch pickup, right? No, why are you trying to sketchify this up again? Just leave it on the darn porch. I do not care that it's drizzling. I'm not opening up random cars parked on the street. Just nope. She finally goes back to picking it up at the porch. I don't know why we couldn't have done this from square one, and I'll be there in a matter of minutes. Pull up, there's stuff on the porch, thank goodness. I leave the money in the mailbox and get the heck out of there. What an ordeal. Was it worth it? I don't know, let's find out. Let's look at the freebies she threw in. Bluetooth speaker, junk. Empty Mary Kay Be Different, junk. Nail polish, I don't sell. Mostly empty kids curling cream. The entire bag was trash. We got a lot of nails and they look pretty used, unsellable, or just not worth my time. An empty bottle of Still by Jennifer Lopez that even if it was full would not be terribly exciting. The Estee Lauder Sensuous Nude, thank goodness that's in here because that was really the only thing I cared about. And I pull out the other prize of Pear Glacé and I see that it's not the 80% full the listing noted, but more like 50%. Facebook Marketplace strikes again. I knew Japanese Cherry Blossom wasn't going to be worth it, but I did have to look up the other one because I wasn't familiar with it, and nope. This one looked like a dollar store lotion, but when I looked it up, I learned it was Melaleuca, which is a pyramid scheme. And contrary to my mantra about pyramid scheme products being worth money, this wasn't. Another older Victoria's Secret product, also only half full. I'll hold things like this up to the light to see the product level. We got some fragrance mists, mostly stuff you can find at TJ Maxx, nothing that was really worth anything, especially because they're mostly empty. This is Mary Kay, which is a pyramid scheme, so I'll look it up. Elizabeth Arden Red Door, super common, and it just wouldn't be a Lightbox video without an Ori appearance. I'm definitely gonna look up this little Victoria's Secret spray. This Japanese Cherry Blossom is actually full, so it's probably worth selling, but I doubt I'll make more than a couple bucks profit on it. Oh rad, another empty nail package. This is an Aldi brand product, cute, but not really worth my time at the weight it is, so it'll go in the donate pile. Now, this Lady Gaga looks like another thing to add to the crap pile, but I know from experience that Lady Gaga Black Fluid, the perfume, sells for quite a bit because it's discontinued, so the gel may have some value too. And this is what's left in the box. There were a lot of little nothings like this that I cut out and didn't bother to show, so sorry to anyone who wanted to see the crap box extended cut. So this is what it boils down to, 7 items that I either knew the value of or needed to look up. Sensuous Nude we already knew, I could probably get about 50 off of. Japanese Cherry Blossom sells for about $10 to $12 new, I'll try and sell it locally. Victoria's Secret Coconut Passion I had high hopes for since this looks like an older bottle to me, but not so much. Mary Kay Be Delighted would have been awesome if it were full, it sells for about 20 bucks by itself, but if that first Mary Kay tub wasn't empty, they go together in a set and that would have been a nice boost. But since it's used and also has an expiration date on it, I'm not gonna bother. Lady Gaga didn't have a direct comp, but there was a larger bottle that sold, so I'm gonna ask 20. The Victoria's Secret lotions, we know what Pear Glacé goes for, but what about Romantic Wish? Well, I just so happened to find a third bottle in this line at the Goodwill earlier that day, along with 5 sealed Sea Island cotton soaps, which is just insane. Pure Seduction is about as full as Pear Glacé. I could list them all together, but I think I'll put the two pink ones together and put Pear Glacé by itself. So here's everyone that I'm listing and their list price. By the time I finished editing this video, I sold the Island White Sand Lotion on Amazon for $48.99, which after shipping and fees gives me $31 profit. And the matching mist on eBay sold for $40, leaving me a profit of $23.76. I paid $40 for everything, so everything left is pure profit. If everything sells for full ask, I'll gross about $290 when it's all said and done. Was it worth the headache? I don't know, maybe not for the crap box lot, but absolutely for the other one. I hope I've encouraged you to dig for this treasure, and if this ending photo that I just literally pulled up as I'm finishing this video doesn't encourage you to go out there and try, I don't know what will. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a message to send. Hey, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you learned something. If you made it this far, like, comment, or subscribe on the video. It's like YouTube law, I don't make the rules.